So what about the health of the chickens then? Because you're honest, we're always told to eat free range where possible.
Yep.
And obviously, looking at some of the states that you see on all these different programs with Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall or whatever about
Yep. Yep.
about the chickens being in really bad conditions inside these big barns. How is it different to that?
I mean, in terms of industrial chicken production, I think I would safely say in the UK, it's pretty good. You know, I mean, you can go to parts of the world where it's terrible. And what tends to happen is they will find pictures of where, you know, production is challenged, which, you know, it can happen. The question to the chickens outside or inside, well, I remember a professor once saying to me, there's 11 times the chance of a chicken outside catching a disease than inside. So that's their comment. I think that it's very subjective, that conversation. I think on the whole, the welfare and the health on this farm is very excellent, really excellent. But in the UK, I think the last 10 years, it's really gone up quite considerably. You know, I think production is fantastic over there. You know.
So would they be classed as barn chickens then?
These are standard. Yeah, I mean barn chickens. Yeah, they don't go outside. These are this is industrial chicken.
I mean, are they in? They're not in crates. They can wander around.
No. These ones are in. I wouldn't say they're crates, but they're in. But the best way to describe it is it's like a conveyor belt. They're very long, thin rooms. So yes, that's why I say that would be and not seen as free range or anything like that. On the whole, though, when you go back to this, where is it? Which picture? This one here. Yeah. These are all wandering around on the floor. You know, this is very open production. Again, they just don't go outside because they're not designed to do that. And that comes as a cost. Yeah.
They might be healthy, but are they happy? All stuck indoors.
Well, you know, okay.
Hard to ask.
We had in the Netherlands. And you'll probably see this more and more in the UK. The slow-growing chicken. So in about 2014, there was a kind of almost like perfect storm of opinion that happened in the Netherlands, and we decided to go down the road of the slow-growing chicken. It's basically because they were claiming that you know, these chickens were exploding or collapsing and outgrowing their skeletal structure, and so there was a shift over here where they developed an industrial breed of chicken to grow slower, right? So it's in the barn for a lot longer, and it's eating what's different, etc., etc., etc. And then we had a TV show which challenges all sorts of things, and they started to challenge this idea. And when it comes to what the chicken thinks as a sentient being, it's a good question, because the question was posed. This is apparently higher welfare barn because there's less chickens in it. They're allowed to live longer, grow slower, grow stronger, happier. Is that the case? And I suppose the scientists that were interviewed, and some of them the leading welfare opinion probably on the planet, saying, well, you can see an improvement, but probably not as far as the chicken is concerned. You know, chicken doesn't know whether it's got slightly better daylight. It might react slightly differently. I mean, my previous job, I was very much on what they call precision livestock farming. So I was focused on using technology to monitor the animal behavior. And that really gives you amazing insight to what's really, really going on. And you've got and in the UK, you really got some of the leading lights on in that field. You know, people like David Speller, you know, who went into this industry from outside and said, if I'm going to grow chicken up against free range, organic, etc., I better have some guarantees there. And he just invested in technology to say, well, if I'm going to grow industrial chicken, I better find out what the chicken thinks if I'm going to be successful at it. And so, you know, people like him, they really pushed the envelope in terms of what we understand a chicken's life is and what a pig's life is. And it's not what the consumer thinks.